here it is again, and it's Ali, who I think that possibly born of frustration as much as anything else. He's not seen the ball. He hasn't had a chance to do anything with it.
I was about to say, it says a lot about how they've started this game, that he's having to come so deep and help out in midfield to try and get on the ball. I mean, he does work hard. He is someone that perhaps does have his work at times by dropping into midfield.
So we're almost a quarter of the way through the match, and Ali, who is such a key player for Qatar, has only touched the ball 4 times. Here come Ecuador once again, a prodigious leap by Estrada, covered by El Heidos, but again Qatar losing the ball. More pressure here from Ecuador, who are, you get the impression, Matt, that they're looking for the opportunity to potentially put this game to bed in the first half.
Yeah, and put the ball into the area early as well. Early crosses into the box. And they've been very good. Played at a good tempo. Controlled possession.
Well, no surprise there to see 58% of the play under the control of Ecuador. 12% contested possession. Here's Pervis Estupinian. Collected now by Estrada.
I think
throw for Qatar.
You see sometimes when Ecuador have the ball, Mendes just drops into the middle of the defence, actually. Makes it a 3, which allows the 2 wing-backs to full-backs to get forward for Ecuador. And they love to do that as well. Great energy.
Really all of the play on this phase of the match taking place inside Qatar's half of the field. Every host nation has managed to at least get on the board in their opening game at the World Cup finals since Mexico in 1970. Qatar so far haven't been anywhere near Galindez in the Ecuadorian goal. So Ecuador leading by a 1-0. Penalty from Enner Valencia. First time the opening goal of the World Cup finals has come from the penalty spot. Here's Hassan. Rare touch of the ball there for Akram Afif, and as you suggested there, Matt, that the forward players are just having to come deeper and deeper to try and get a touch of the ball.
It's been such a nervous start to the game from them. They've been working so hard. Multiple training camps, the preparation's been good. But you can't account for the opening day of the World Cup and what it does to you.
Cleared away by Preciado, and almost a chance to break. Stepping in there at the back was Kuki for Qatar, and it will be a free kick for Ecuador for the challenge on Angelo Preciado.
And he's had a good start to the game, Preciado. Much like Estupinian on the other side. Seen a lot of the ball.
Here's Hincapié. Key member of the team in that qualification process. Touch here for Ibarra. This is Estrada chasing it. Little flick from Pedro Miguel. Estupinian. And Hincapié happy to spread the play, and it's Qatar's players who are having to do most of the running as well.
They've been camped in their own half, chasing the ball.
And Torres initially quick to win it back. Estrada sending it forward. Gonzalo Plata over on the far side. Not the start that Karim Boudiaf and his teammates were hoping for. Struggling to string any passes together, struggling to settle down, and what is, of course, such a massive day for these players and for the country.
It's a big moment. He puffs his cheeks out there, Felix Sanchez. He knows it's been a tough start for them.
It's Torres with the initial header, little flick in from Estupiñán, and there's a real confidence about the way Ecuador are knocking the ball around. Estupiñán is looking for Mario Ibarra. That was a great unknown, wasn't it, really, for him before today, Matt, how his players really would cope with the bright lights, the big occasion. And you've got this issue with the fact that they are all playing domestically in the Qatari league.
They've had experience outside of Asia. They played in the 2019 Copa America, put in a European qualifying group, the Gold Cup as well. So they have had experience outside their home country, but there's so much pressure. And they've struggled to live up to it.
Hincapié. Estupiñán.
Meanwhile, it hasn't phased Ecuador, has it? Because they're a young team as well. Fresh team, plenty of energy about them.
Yeah, they were the youngest of the South American teams to qualify. Their average age during the qualification process was under 26. That's Torres sending it forward up towards Valencia. Ball well won by Kuki at the back. Opportunistic.
They've really not been afraid, Ecuador, of playing long early.
Well, they've waited a long time. It's been some build-up, hasn't it? All the planning and preparation. And finally, it's here for Qatar and their players. And a yellow card for Moises Caicedo.
He's a robust midfielder. Likes a challenge. And do both sides of the game well. He gets that one wrong.
He's done well, hasn't he? Because in the middle of Brighton's midfield in England, in the Premier League, he replaced Yves Bissouma, the Malian international, and has just taken to that role like a duck to water. He's only 21, just as he has with the national team, it must be said, over the last couple of years.
Yeah, he's been excellent. Didn't he on his debut man-mark Lionel Messi?
He did. Messi did score, but it was from a penalty.
So he didn't do too bad.
No. Absolutely. It's Abdel Karim Hassan. And again, it breaks down for the home team.
Just can't keep the ball. They can't string a sequence of passes together.
Preciado with this throw-in. He was the first choice at the start of the qualifying campaign. I think he'll be a bit relieved to be in the starting 11. He's not been playing that regularly for his club side in the lead up to these World Cup finals. And we're half an hour into this opening match at the FIFA World Cup. And a penalty from Enner Valencia separates the two sides. The alarming statistic for the hosts is that they haven't actually touched the ball inside Ecuador's penalty area so far.
We're up against a team who are dictating in all areas, dictating the tempo of the match. You'll be delighted with the start that this team have made.
This is such a big game for both of them, isn't it? I mean, it goes without saying, of course, with it being the opening game, but the fact that Senegal and the Netherlands are the other two teams in the group tells you all you need to know about the pressure to get some points in the bag in this one. Here's Caicedo back into Preciado. Decent looking ball. It's two. Same player. Twice the advantage. 2-0 Ecuador. What a day for Enner Valencia.
And it's another early cross into the box. Crosses have been a massive problem for his side. They've just not been able to deal with them. Ecuador lifting the tempo, enjoying the occasion. Clearly identified a weakness in this Qatari defence. Oh, now then. Of course, they'll check it as to whether he was offside or not. He's already had one goal ruled out for offside. It's a fantastic ball into the area. Nobody near him, though. He's on the move. And he's got the ability to find that corner.
Absolutely no chance for Saad Al-Sheikh. Perfectly placed by Valencia. He's had the ball in the net 3 times in this first half. But it's 2-0 to Ecuador. And you can't say on what we've seen that they don't deserve it.
Looking excellent. Absolutely excellent. Right from the off. Confident, moving the ball well. Playing with pace. Been able to get their fullbacks forward.
Well, it was a cracking header, and Qatar have a real problem here.
They're obviously wedded to the 5-3-2 system, Qatar. I feel as though already in the early stages they've worked on it for so long, they're unable to change it, and you feel as though they need to.
Thief had come deeper to collect the ball, and they're reduced to what was a very, very optimistic effort there from Abdul Karim Hassan. Here's Enner Valencia. He's been the star of the show so far in this opening match. This is his latest effort, and what a great header it was.
Yeah, it was. They've just been unable to stop the cross, though. They've got to get tighter. And they've got to get tighter to Enner Valencia as well. The ball in the back of the net 3 times. Only 2 have counted. But that's to add to the 3 he got in the 2014 World Cup.
Well, as the inquest started among the Qatari defence, the celebrations were fully underway in the South American corner. And that's Estrada who has gone down. The referee, Daniele Orsato, I think was looking straight at that from close range. Let's have a look what happened here, Matt.
A few feisty challenges, isn't that?
Pedro Miguel.
Just a fraction late getting there, and he does catch him on the side of the head.
Yeah, Pedro Miguel, a player originally from Portugal, but he's been here in Qatar since 2010. Main residency some 6 years ago, and since then has been playing for the national team, sometimes known as Roro. More defending for the Maroons to do here, but what a start for Latri. In it comes from Estupinian. And Gonzalo Plata unable to bring it under control. Crossfield ball from El Heidos. He was looking for Akram Afif. But Afif has had to start wandering, hasn't he, Matt? He's had to start coming very, very deep all over the pitch to just try and get hold of the ball, because he's the playmaker. He's the one who makes them tick when he's got the ball, certainly in an attacking sense.
Well, Ali's done the same as well, hasn't he? And he's really the focal point, the one who they need to try and build off, but even he's come very deep as well.
Ahmed on the far side, to Hassam, and just about kept in by Al-Sheikh.
They're struggling out wide. And that's why I say I'd be tempted, if I was Felix Sanchez, to change the system. Somehow try and stop the Ecuador fullbacks.
Here's Pervis Estupinian, who's seen plenty of the ball in the first half, as we thought he might.
But look at the time they've got, the time and space that they've got. No pressure on the ball.
A rare touch in this first half for Hernan Galindez, Ecuador's goalkeeper. Estrada. That was Valencia clipped, and another yellow card. This time for Karim Boudiaf.
It's born from frustration. The fact that they can't get on the ball and they can't get near to the opposition. Late arriving. Straight to the back of Enner Valencia.
Third yellow card for a player from Qatar in this opening half. Well, I should think Gustavo Alfaro, the coach of Ecuador, will be very happy with what he's seen from his team so far. They haven't been put under any real pressure at all and thoroughly deserve the lead that they have.
Yeah, they do. It's a difficult group, so there was a real need to get off to the perfect start. Some disappointed faces. Not at that end. They're enjoying it.
They are having quite the party behind the goal. Well, the good news is that Enner Valencia, the Ecuadorian captain, is back on his feet. Of course, that would be problematic for them were he to pick up an injury which were to rule him out.
He's eyeing a hat-trick already in the opening game.
Well, he looks like a man who's got plenty on his plate, I have to say.
Shell-shocked. He'll have run this game through his mind numerous times, and this was worst-case scenario.
And it does. Do you think it's the occasion as well as the opposition here?
I think so. I think there's a bit of both. We have to give credit, don't we, to Ecuador. They have been very impressive.
Estupiñán sending it into the gloves of El Sheib. Got the nod ahead of Michel Barcham to play in goal today. Both of them play for Al Sadd, and Barcham is effectively the understudy for club and country, but there is a certain amount of sharing of playing time that has to go on. It's unusual that we'd find the top two for a country both playing for the same club side. That's the case here. This is Miguel. No joy against Estupiñán, who just bided his time and then brought Romario Ibarra into the play. Here's Moises Caicedo. A lovely pass. Just picking their way through the Qatari team here, and surging forward was Valencia, losing out on this occasion, and it will be a free kick for the challenge on Bassam El Rawi.
They're just finding space in all areas, aren't they? Moises Caicedo picked that ball up in the middle of the pitch with absolutely nobody within 15 yards of him. Slightly over-eager from Enner Valencia.
Well, he had an excellent World Cup in 2014, the last time Ecuador at the finals. Valencia, he scored against the Swiss, and he got 2 goals in a win against Honduras as well, and 2 already at these finals. Pass there showed you everything you wanted to know, Matt, about the issues that Qatar have got there, because it was Afif very deep, in fact just inside his own half there, playing it forward.